We're now joined at the dais by Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy. Coach, welcome, and your thoughts about the upcoming season.
Well, we're excited about the season. We've got a number of players coming back on both sides of the ball that are experienced and understand a winning culture and what it takes to have some success. So we've had a great summer. Our players have worked really hard. Our coaches have a week or so more of break. Then looking forward to getting back to work, and really excited this year having so many home games in September. I think it'll be great for our fans to be able to come watch us play at home during the month of September.
Okay, questions for Coach? We got one on the left-hand side towards the rear, and then we'll go to the other side.
Hey, Mike, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Mason obviously had the injury and the surgery before the bowl game, but at least from appearances in that game, he didn't seem to have any issue either mentally or physically with it. But how have you seen him adjust or not since then? And is that sort of different with different guys and how they adjust to something like that?
When we finished spring ball, he was very close to being pain-free. He's a tough football player, and in the bowl game, he wasn't 100%, but at this point, I have not talked to him about it, but I would guess that he feels like he did prior to the injury, and he's had a really good summer. He's continued to develop mentally. He's been very humble, understands the team concept, and he looks really good. His strength levels are at the highest they've ever been, so we're excited about watching him play this fall.
On the far left-hand side rear.
Hey, Coach. Over here, Nate Fain, Game Day U at the University of Oklahoma. Just with this conference championship that's going to be coming in 2017, there's a lot of uncertainty as to how the league will go about deciding who plays in the game. I was just curious what your thoughts were on it, and if you thought expansion could maybe help with that.
Well, I don't know that any of us know what direction we'll go. I'll say that I have a lot of faith in the Big 12 office. Our presidents and athletic directors, through statistics and data, have come to the conclusion that we need a championship game in 17, and so I'm behind them 100%. I have seen a few different layouts for ways to decide who those teams would be. My only suggestion would be to make sure that the two teams that play in a championship game are the teams that have earned the right to get there and have the best records in our league.
Question on the rear.
Myron Patton Fox, Oklahoma City. You don't have the luxury of a J.W. Walsh backing up Mason Rudolph this year. Do you handle Mason differently in terms of just with your offensive line? I guess you think it's going to be better, but if he gets hurt, you're kind of in a pickle right there. And with that in mind, do you get the backup, be it Taylor Cornelius, whoever, some snaps early in the season?
We won't handle Mason any different. And if we have somebody on our team that can help contribute on game day, whether it would be in a package similar to what JW executed for us last year, some short yardage and goal line packages, then if there is somebody out there, then we'll certainly take advantage of their efforts. If not, then we develop a scheme for Mason that fits those categories. And our goal will be to establish a backup quarterback as quickly as possible. And you guys, most of you have covered college football and watched it for a long time, and that's not something that happens overnight. It takes some time, but we'll do the best we can to get a young man prepared in case we need him.
We got two different people asking questions on the left-hand side front.
Saad Yusuf, ESPN Dallas Radio. With the whole Baylor situation unfolding, Cliff said that it kind of made all the coaches around the nation think twice and reflect a little more. How did that register with you?
Well, I think the situation at Baylor is like having a discussion with politics and religion, in that there's not really anything that any of us can say other than we have confidence, or I have confidence in our league, that we'll do everything possible to try to make the best decisions possible. It hasn't really affected us at Oklahoma State. We've had a pretty unique way of handling things in our program. We have a lot of confidence in it, and we always try to do the best we can. I'm hoping in the long run it'll work out for everybody. I will say this, I'm guessing the question's going to get asked, that I know very little about what's going on at Baylor. You guys know more than I do. I'm not on the inside down there. And am not comfortable in commenting any at all in any situation, but I will say that that I thought that it was a very smart move in hiring Jim Grobe. I've had some conversations with Coach Grobe, and I was in the ACC for a period of time, and I think he's a first-class guy, and I think he's experienced. I think he's intelligent. He's patient, and was probably as good a hire that they could make at that time with the situation they had.
Question on the left.
Harrison Graham, also ESPN Dallas Radio. Mason Rudolph broke out last year, almost threw for 4,000 yards, but you guys struggled to establish a running game. How do you become more balanced and help him out a little bit?
Well, you're being nice and saying we struggled with a running game. We weren't very good at all, but when you look back at the last couple years with our running game, we didn't do a good job of covering guys up and giving our backs an opportunity to make a cut. We were making too many cuts behind the line of scrimmage. And so we worked considerably hard in the spring. I feel like that we've established some continuity with the guys that have to play up front. And we've got a group of running backs returning that are a little more fresh. They're bigger and stronger than they were last year. And I think when we put all that together, we're going to improve in the running game.
Got a question on the aisle front, and then we'll move back.
Mike, Jake Trotter with ESPN.com. Your first impression so far of Barry J. Sanders?
I haven't been around Junior much. He finished up at Stanford in the middle of June, and then he'd come in and has been with us for a few weeks now. It took him a week before he could pass all of his physicals and take care of everything he needed to before he could start working out. And at that time, we're in camps, and I've been gone some. So I know that he's a college graduate. I know that he's mature, that he's dependable, seems to be durable. He came from a winning program and from an offense that obviously runs the football. So we're excited about him being a part of our team. And we hope that he'll make a contribution that'll help us be a better running football team. But his personality, his attitude has been really good up to this point from the people inside the program that keep me up with what's going on. And I'm excited about getting out there with him in August and seeing just what he can do for our football team.
Question on the rear.
Myron Patton Fox, 25 Oklahoma City. I guess a couple questions. First, how does it make you feel when you're coaching a guy who you play with his dad and you're so closely associated with, and Barry Sanders obviously? And two, how much better do you think your offensive line is going to be this year?
Well, as I said earlier, I think I know we have more continuity this year than we've had the last 2 years. And in offensive line play, that helps. We have more size and more strength. That's going to help. And so I feel like we'll cover guys up. And I guess, as I said earlier, we're excited about Junior being here. In my opinion, his dad was the greatest running back ever in college football, maybe ever. And so to have him in our program at this point in his career, I think is great for Oklahoma State football. When he was coming out of high school, he had expressed a desire to maybe go somewhere else based on maybe a small part of not wanting to follow in his dad's footsteps, and I think we can certainly understand that. So at this point, he's excited about being at Oklahoma State, and we're excited about having him on our team.
Question on the left rear.
Mike, Kyle Frederickson with the Oklahoman. You received a 2-year contract extension this offseason. What is your excitement level to know that you're backed by a program that really wants you to be there for the long-term future?
Well, Oklahoma State has been very good to me, and the administration with Mike Holders, our athletic director, and Burns Hargis as our president. We've all been there a long time now, and we developed a relationship where we can work together as a group. And long-term commitment, in my opinion, in our profession is very important. And I'm in a place that I'm very happy and enjoy being around the young people. And so I'm always honored and feel privileged to be able to essentially get another long-term contract at Oklahoma State.
Question on the aisle.
Yeah, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Mike, you got Yursich back, I think it's his 4th year as offensive coordinator. You hired a guy from Division II, didn't have a lot of credentials, a lot of skepticism early, a little bit of offensive struggle early. But how much has he come into his own as the offensive coordinator, and how much of your offense now is mostly his stamp?
Mike has come a long ways. The reason that we brought Coach Yursich to Oklahoma State is because we felt like that he was a young, upcoming, innovative coach, and I had been very fortunate as a head coach to have that style of a coach with Larry Fedora and Dana Holgerson and Todd Monken, guys that are innovative and are strong-willed and can make a decision. And Mike's fallen into that category. He's an extremely hard worker. He's a really, really good recruiter. And he's turned into a very good play caller. And he made some adjustments, certainly different being at Oklahoma State than where he came from. And he's been willing to make some adjustments, and he's done a really good job. And you see different style of play. His involvement with our J.W. Walsh package last year was maybe as good a coaching move as we've had at Oklahoma State in a long time.
Question on the aisle.
Dean Blevins, Newsnight Sports, Oklahoma City. Mike, how comfortable are you that defensively you have what it takes to over here, Mike?
Okay.
What it takes to win a championship?
I feel good about our defense. We have depth. I was visiting with a couple guys earlier, and my 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th year or so, 9th year, we had been very competitive across the country and won a lot of football games. But at this media day, the conversation was our depth on the defensive line was a concern, and could we stay healthy? Joe Bob Clements has done a tremendous job of recruiting defensive linemen for us. We have some depth. The one area that is a concern is Emmanuel Ogbah was a great player for us last year, and we have young players at the defensive end position don't have as much experience that are hopefully 6 or 8 games away from getting to what a Jimmy Bean level of player was. Jimmy Bean was a really, really good football player for us last year. Ogbah is an unfair comparison because essentially you're talking around a guy that was picked in the 1st round. I know he was 2nd round first pick, but there wasn't 32 picks. If there was 32 picks, he'd have been first. So we have experienced linebackers, and we have some experience in our secondary. We need to get some good corner play with the style of quarterbacks that we face in this league. We're in a turnover year again where the quarterback play is going to be so good in this league that if you turn the ball over a couple times, you may end up scoring 31 points and lose the game. The other team may score 40, and that's what can happen in this league. So defensively, we try to do the best we can to limit big plays, continue to force turnovers, and put the ball back in the offense's hands.
Right side, halfway back.
Hey, I'm Mike. Over here, Brian Baldinger, Fox Sports.
Right side.
To your right side.
Okay.
You're just picking up here on the defensive end position. Does it look like Jordan and Jarrell are guys that can replace Emmanuel and Jimmy? And then secondly, Mike, I'm just looking at your schedule. I see 5 of your first 6 games are at home. Have you had that kind of luxury before as a head coach?
No, we haven't. And we have great opportunity to create a lot of excitement with Oklahoma State football at home this year. We've played on the road early in the season maybe more so than we should have, for whatever reason. So we're excited about being able to start the season at home. And we have good young talent at the defensive end spot. Again, it's unfair to compare them to Ogball, but as the season progresses with Jarrell and Jordan and a couple of the other guys, I'm hoping that they will develop into becoming good college football players. They're young enough that they can develop into being really good college football players if they desire, with hard work and effort, just like Ogball. But there's not any question, and I go back to what I said earlier, with the quarterback play in this league, you better get some pressure on those guys or they're going to score a lot of points.
All the way in the rear.
Mike, obviously you hated to lose last year when Ron Simmons tore up his knee, but how much did that help get Chad Whitener kind of ahead of the game where he is right now? And also, Kevin Peterson is gone at corner. He was kind of one of your leaders. Who replaces some of that leadership on defense?
Well, at the time, it was devastating for us to lose the experience and the leadership that Ryan Simmons brought our football team. But it certainly helped us at that time now, based on Chad Whitener and getting a few games under his belt. Leadership-wise on defense, Chad Whitener's one of the guys that's going to have to replace a Peterson. Burton needs to be a leader for us. Stearns is out there. He'll become a leader. Mote, Vincent Taylor, guys that are on the inside that need to provide that toughness to our team. We'll look to those guys for leadership.
We got a question on the front left side.
Harrison Graham, ESPN Dallas Radio. You talk about having 5 of 6 at home to begin the season, but on the flip side of that, you have some tough road games, especially TCU and Oklahoma to end your season. How do you balance that out, and how difficult can that be?
You know, we get asked about big games, and during the season they'll say it's a big game this week, and we all know in college football every week's a big game. If you don't win one to get to the other, then in the end you'll have a hard time making up ground. So, and in Big 12, I think it's fair to say that you can go back over the last 4 or 5 years and see that you could have a good football team that went on the road at many places in this league, and we're supposed to win and not play as well as you should and lose. And so each school in our conference has a great home venue, and when you play on the road, you have to be able to run the ball effectively, and you have to be able to limit big plays on defense to try to control the crowd. And that's what we lean on when we play on the road.
This is going to be the last question for Coach.
Two-part question, Mike, about the offensive line. Do you have a sense of a starting 5 right now? And secondly, looked like a fairly good pass blocking group last year, but with Mason and not having Walsh anymore, can you quantify how important it is to keep Rudolph healthy?
Well, there's no question that it's very important for us to keep Mason healthy. With the way that transfers are set up in college football now, unfortunately, this is going to be a very important of most teams' success because if you have 2 good ones, a lot of time one's not going to stay anymore. So we need to do the very best we can to protect Mason. And with our offensive line, we've got 7 guys that I had mentioned after spring ball, and I know you guys are familiar with them, that we feel like have to rotate through and give us the best opportunity for success. They were a good pass protecting team last year. It was one of the most unusual times for me as an offensive coach or a head coach to be around a group that were really good pass protectors, and we weren't very good at run blocking, the combination of a lot of different things. But hopefully we'll improve in both areas, and if we can protect for Mason, I'm fairly comfortable with our wide receiver play that we should be able to move the ball throwing it through the air.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much for your comments, and good
Thank
luck
you.
this season. Beg your pardon? No. I just got to put them back in the box and deliver them. We don't want them to walk away.